Hi, I'm Janika Ruuska and I'm doing my PhD in neuroscience here in Denmark. In this series, I'm gonna share some tips and experience throughout the PhD. In today's episode, I'm gonna tell you about the program I was accepted in, called Neuroscience Academy Denmark. So NAD. I'm gonna share the expectations and benefits of the program, as well as how the pre-PhD year goes, so the time before the actual PhD starts. Welcome to today's episode. This program, NAD, is fairly fresh program. I'm from the second patch and the third patch just started and the fourth patch is gonna apply during the upcoming spring. And in this program, there will be around 60 new students in every new patch. This program is fairly special, especially here in Northern Europe, and soon I'm gonna tell you why. So what are the benefits of this program? But as mentioned, I'm also gonna share you what is expected from you as a student if you decide to apply for the program, and also give you an overview how the year goes before the actual PhD. Because in this program, it's structured for the pre-PhD year and then that's followed by the actual PhD years. So let's get started. One of the really obvious benefits of the PhD program, so why one would apply to certain PhD program or any PhD program that is not part of the university itself, is that you are seeking for funding. And through this program, your salary will be covered for 4 years. In addition, you will be granted some running costs related to your project. And this funding comes actually from the Lundbeck Foundation here in Denmark. And even though this can't be your whole motivation to apply to this program, it's of course really nice to get the chance to focus for your project, for your PhD itself, rather than all the time being worried about your salary. So in this program, you will have 15 other fellows going through the exact same things as you are. Even though you will end up to different research groups and different projects, you will go through the same steps toward the PhD. So the timeline looks really similar for all of you, and you will get the support from other people. And this is also really beneficial because you will have the same questions in your head. You will go through similar challenges. You might be lost once in a while. So you will get all this support from other students going through the exact same thing. And with that help, you are able to beat any challenge. And of course, the NAD itself is extremely great support in this process as well. They are there for you. During the first year, so in so-called pre-PhD year of this program, you are not officially yet a PhD student. You will work as a research assistant, but you will rotate between different labs. It is your job to find these labs and contact and get yourself into those. But you will get amazing view of different options around the Denmark, experience and learn new techniques, new skills, create new connections, maybe establish collaborations through these rotations. So you will get time to explore and to get to know your options and still learn all the new skills required for your actual PhD. So this is also one of the expectations from the program. You are expected to rotate between different labs. In total, it's gonna be 3. In practical, it will look like in every 3 months, you are gonna change your research environment. And it's also required that these labs are not all in the same geographical location. So you are expected to do at least one of the rotations in some other locations in Denmark. These locations include, for example, Copenhagen, Odense, Aalborg, and Aarhus. And end of all of these rotations, you are required to report what you have learned in these rotations. You are gonna write the report and you are gonna present everything you have done in those 3 months. With our patch, it was done so that end of every rotation, we went to some of these different universities around Denmark. We get to know the environment, and there we had a retreat before some sort of symposium. So we also had some scientific days after that. And one thing we need to keep in mind is that we are presenting NAD all the time. So when we are doing the rotations, it's expected that we will do our best. But this is of course important throughout your career, that don't burn any bridges behind you. You might need these connections also later on. And of course, working is way much more fun when you are working in a really good environment where you have influence as well. Throughout the first year, the pre-PhD year, you are also expected to attend some courses offered by NAD. They are neuroscience courses, and they are actually really nice to be exposed to different topics and also get together with the other students you start at the PhD program. Throughout these rotations, it's fairly important to keep in your mind that you need to build your PhD project. So along the way, you need to make a decision in which lab you would like to do your PhD. It can be one of these you were rotating, or it can be something else, but of course it's usually easier when you have experience from certain research group and you know for what you are assigning for. But yes, eventually you need to decide where you want to do it. And you can have the primary research group, and then you can have collaborations. Then you need to also convince these supervisors to be your supervisors and find out if you have common interests, so you can start to build up your project. Some group leaders might have ideas and they can help you to build up your project. Some group leaders might have a full idea, but quite often, which is a really nice part of this program, is that you can actually bring up your own ideas. It's more responsibility for you, but then you also get the chance to do what you really want. So now you have experience from the rotations, you have learned new skills, established collaborations, you have convinced your supervisor, you have idea with what topic you are gonna work with, and it's time to build up your project. So you will start writing up your research proposal. And this will include the literature review in a way. You need to show that you understand in which field you are gonna dive deep into. You are gonna define different parts of your project. It can consist from several different projects, but which are kind of connected to each other. You are gonna tell how you are gonna do it. You're gonna justify what are your reasons to do it, your aims, and what new it will bring to the field. You need to understand also how much funding is required from which parts. So you are going to show in your application that you understand the financial part of it. So this proposal is fairly big job to do, but it's really helpful for yourself as well, not just to convince the NAD that this is the best project ever, but it will help you to understand what you are assigning for, to think through all the things related to your project, what you need to learn. When your proposal is done, you are going to send it to NAD. They will send it back to you with the corrections. You are resubmitting it, and hopefully they will accept your proposal. When they are accepting the proposal, they are guaranteeing that they are going to support with the funding your project. And with this, you are able to enroll to the university you have chosen. In my case, I used this time, this pre-PhD year, to make the transition from preclinical studies to clinical studies. As I have been working in academia since 2017, so quite a while, and mainly in the preclinics, I thought I really want to make the transition toward the human studies. So I want to expand my knowledge and skills. I will share you more about my actual research project later on, but I hope this episode helped you to understand more about the program. And if you are curious to apply, check the previous episode about how to get into your PhD. See you on next time.